Welcome to the Finance Show. I'm Izzati Zaufiq, also in a program of Financial Report of Apple product in Malaysia, which is we will discuss that today. And here with me, the General Manager of Apple Malaysia, Tong Jan Min. So thanks for being here.
No problem.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, so shall we get started?
Sure.
So, Apple announced financial result for its fiscal 2013 fourth quarter, which was ended September 28. So, can you explain to us the growth of Apple financially in the last quarter of 2013?
Well, Apple Malaysia posted a quarterly revenue of 37.5 billion and a quarterly net profit of 7.5 billion or 8.26 per diluted share. And these results are in comparison to a revenue of 36 billion and a net profit of 8.2 billion or 8.67 per diluted share in the year-ago quarter. On the other hand, we have gross margin which was 37% compared to a 40% in the year-ago quarter, while international sales accounted for 60% of the quarter's revenue.
So, can you elaborate on your sales report in terms of product sale between 2012 to 2013 as well as your hotel selling products?
Well, we sold about 33.8 million iPhones, a record for the September quarter compared to a 26.9 million in the year-ago quarter. And Apple also sold 14.1 million iPads during the quarter, compared to a 14 million in the year-ago quarter. Besides that, a total of 4.6 million Macs were sold compared to a 4.9 million in the year-ago quarter. So in conclusion, we actually had a strong finish to an amazing year with a record fourth quarter revenue, including sales of almost 34 million iPhones. We're really excited to go into the holidays with our new iPhone 5C and iPhone 5S, iOS 7, as well as the new iPad mini with Retina display. Altogether, we generated about $9.9 billion in cash flow from operations and returned an additional $7.8 billion in cash to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases during the September quarter.
Wow, that's impressive. So, seeing that Apple is a very diverse company with both direct and indirect distribution channels, how can your company ensure that you have a maximum reach of all target markets?
Well, we believe that the sales of its innovative products are enhanced by a knowledgeable salesperson who can convey the value of hardware and software integration, as well as demonstrate the unique solutions that are available to the products. Apple further believes in providing direct contact in its targeted customers as an effective way to demonstrate the advantages of its products over those of its competitors and providing a high-quality sales and after-sales support experience. To ensure a high-quality buying experience for its products in which service and education are emphasized, Apple continues to expand and improve on its distribution capabilities by expanding the number of its own retail stores worldwide.
Okay, since we have so much competition, how can Apple keep up with the ever-increasing competition?
Well, we do realize that the markets for our products and services are highly competitive and are confronted by aggressive competition in all areas of its business. You can see the tactics and strategies such as aggressively cutting prices and lowering product margins to gain or maintain market share. Right now, we are actually focusing on expanding our market opportunities related to the mobile communication and media devices. What differentiates us from our competitors is the belief that we offer superior innovation and integration of the entire solution, including the hardware, software, and distribution of digital content and applications.
Since you are here, so I take this opportunity to ask you this one last question. People have been talking about the current ongoing lawsuit between Apple and Samsung. I'm sure they are curious on how this incident may take an effect on both companies' future. So, as the General Manager of Apple Malaysia, what do you think about this particular issue?
Well, as you may have heard, the verdict has actually been out for a few days, and Samsung were ordered to pay up to $120 million for the patent lawsuit that we filed against them. As for the effects on both companies' future, I personally believe that not much is compromised because people will keep coming and buying your products if they are really that good. They don't really care about copyright laws or patenting. All they want are their money's worth, so I don't think this will somewhat affect people's judgment in buying the products.
Okay. Alright, I think that's conclude our show. Thank you, Ms. Yan, for being here in our show.
Thank you.
Okay, we wrap up the show. Stay tuned next Thursday for our update on the finance show. We have the CEO of AirAsia, Tony Fernandez, as the guest on the show, and we'll be talking about the future of aviation industry in Malaysia, considering the recent MH370 tragedy as well as his personal thoughts on the growth of his company. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next week.